Really going to start the happy ending this week with one of these stories. There was a major breakthrough in in spinal cord healing in the
Shut
last
up.
couple of weeks. They've been working on this for quite a while, but um, they are they're implanting little like electrodes that are triggered along the way that wake up other neurons and basically reprogram them to like reroute around a severed spinal cord. And they have made incredible progress. There was a story this week, and I was looking it up while we were in this break, but it's um, they are it is basically allowing people. There was a man who he had his spine severed. He'd been paralyzed for 5 years, and he
Hmm.
now is walking. It obviously halted. Obviously, it's early days, but his legs
Hmm.
are moving,
That's crazy
and
talk.
he can feel his feet. Because part of it, there's some cases where you can get the muscle neuron, the muscle nerves to fire, or if through stimulation, but the person can't react to the sensation of their foot being down. So it's like trying to walk when your feet are numb. Like you can learn to do it over time because your body will shift around, but it's really difficult because you don't know the amount of pressure. You require special boots and shoes so you don't turn an ankle, that kind of thing. Imagine if your feet were always asleep when you woke up. And that in of itself makes it very difficult. But it's an incredible advance that they're able now to also get sensation back, meaning that they can stabilize. These are, and I would like to remind everyone of this when when people get mad at me wrongly and foolishly for being optimistic and telling people that things are moving in the right direction on a lot of fronts. I'm talking about this stuff. I'm talking about the fact that while Trump is rage tweeting on Truth Social, and by the way, Truth Social, it
Hmm.
looks like Truth Social is going bankrupt. I can't imagine why. It seems like such a great business model. Why wouldn't you do
Don't
that?
you want to throw your ad
Here's
money at that?
no, Johnny. Let me. You got some money sitting around. I want you to listen to my pitch. Here it is. There's
All
uh,
right, talk to me.
there's already four major social media websites. They're huge. Everybody uses them. One for business, which is LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are the primary ones. There's these sidecars of TikTok and Snapchat. They, basically ad campaigns on short videos. But listen, but wait. So conservatives, though, don't like the fact that Trump wasn't on Twitter anymore. So they broke out and they made five of their own singular audience websites.
There are five of those things.
Yeah. The main ones are Gab, Parlor, and what's the other one?
Truth.
No, Getter. Gab, Parlor, and Getter.
I thought Parler was gone.
No, it got hacked, but it's still there. They're all gone. I mean, come on. It's the
Yeah.
same. I mean, yeah. Okay, and here's the pitch. I'm gonna make another one of those.
Oh, good, good, good.
The social media site with the small audience that is already overserved and doesn't know where to be? Yeah. I'm going to, and here's the catch. It's going to look just like Twitter,
Shut up.
only not as well run. Yeah, same thing. It looks, I mean, design wise, it's just identical. They just copied it. Oh, and it'll be built on an open source platform that you're not supposed to use without a commercial license. And I'm going to wait to get the commercial license until they sue me. Come on, write the check. I
Yeah.
don't know what you're doing. Why are you not writing right now? Why are you not adding
Well,
zeros?
maybe.
So yeah, so while he's doing that, while Trump is, remember, what did Biden do when he left the White House? What was his primary focus, besides getting other Dems elected, of course? Cancer moonshot. That was their focus. They were going around the country. They were
Yeah,
raising
yeah,
money for
yeah.
that. They set up a coordinating committee for all these cancer charities to work together so that they would all, because they're all, working on one part of it, but, kind of like post 9/11 Intel, if they talk to each other, maybe they could avoid a lot of the problems that we see, right?
Yeah.
So and they could maybe help each other move the progress along. So that's what he started working on. That was Biden's thing. Remember, his son had brain cancer and passed away. He was
Yeah.
dedicating a portion of his life to that cause. What did Trump do after he left office besides whine, rally, and try to destroy the country? Created a social media, Trump media organization that was going to rival, he was going to have a news network that would rival Newsmax, which, yet again, you've got a business model. You're going to do, I'm going to start a news. I think the internet news out there they're getting it all wrong. They've got the wrong message. And I know there's an audience out there that is not getting served. And so I'm going to start my own media empire where where I serve that audience, which is of course smaller than the bigger audience, doesn't have the money to spend on advertised stuff that everybody else has, and there's already RSBN, RAV, OAN, Newsmax, and then Fox on top of that, which created right after that Fox Nation. So Trump's going to come out with Trump Media. Right? I mean, first of all, everything's a reboot with this idiot. But like, how can anyone tell me that this guy knows anything about business? I mean, he bankrupted a casino, and that's been a long-running joke. But everything he has tried to do is a copy of what somebody else does, just poorly. And most of his...
Yep.
I mean, the dude was buying golf courses when golf courses weren't making any money. And why did they get all this money for golf courses? Why was that? Because they got all this money through Deutsche Bank that came from Russia. And apparently it was just like, here's what we want you to do. Buy golf courses. Because then people come and go. They fly all over the world to go to golf courses. Not weird at all. We want one in New Jersey, close to New York. We want one in Florida because that seems to be a pivotal state for that. How about the Texas and Los Angeles because media and oil? And that's exactly what he did. Nobody can tell me the art of the deal is just is just a soft bound pile of toilet paper. There can't be anything in there worth knowing if this is the business plan. That's what he did. That's what he did when he left office. And that's all he has. Let me explain something else to everybody before we leave, and we're at the end of the show. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thanks for supporting WCPT and all the advertisers as well. Love you, Johnny Million. Here's what you need to know. Trump is a terrible businessman. It was always a farce. He was an inside joke in New York. His father built the empire, and he's just unwinding it over decades like any second-generation rich kid. The only difference is it didn't go up his nose within weeks. The only thing that saved the Trump organization was that he didn't do cocaine. He had other stuff of choice. That was it. That was it. And that's all it's ever going to be. Trump is not going to be the kingmaker of the Republican Party. He's not going to be the presidential nominee next time. And he's eventually going to watch as everyone leaves him to his pile of ever-growing legal troubles. And it can take as long as it wants. And I'm just going to... We're popping popcorn. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week. Take care of yourself. Love you, Johnny.